Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, and thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea. I was so shocked and just humbled and amazed that I even still had subscribers after this last 5 months, 6 months. It's been crazy, crazy, crazy. I switched jobs back when, I left my one job because it was just felt unstable and chaotic. And I got into another job, and then as soon as I got there, like people like were leaving, and then it was just me, and I was the only one working, and I've been working 12-hour days, and it's crazy, 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 crazy. So I haven't had time to do any of my spiritual work, any really just silent times of like in reflection in my comfy chair off my feet is about as far, and baths and like cleansing baths and lighting candles and just doing my own little personal um, little rituals. But I haven't really had a chance to come into my space up here and work besides studying, because I'm also studying Hellenistic astrology, another branch of astrology, and I studied my first year for evolutionary astrology. So it's just been really, really busy, you guys. I'm working on furthering my astrological knowledge and going deeper into astrology, because I do want to say, like, I started doing cards when I was like 14, or I started doing astrology when I was 14, and I got my first tarot deck when I was 19. And I never really saw the correlation. I never felt the correlation between all of this, everything, how everything's connected. And it just led into more and more and more, and studying like everything. Like, it's just been a big study for years. Like, I feel like I've just been studying like uh, everything I could get my hands on that connects to the stars, everything I could get my hands on that connects to energy. Um, studying like quantum stuff, studying like all the energy things, because I just when you feel energy and you're very it's a strong, powerful part of your experience here on Earth. You wonder, how is this that I am feeling this, and that I can sense this, and that how is it that this card talks about this planet. um, as I said, that I got Four of Cups here. I just lifted up the deck just to see, and it's about contemplation and reevaluation. The Four of Cups is also the Cancer. It's a Cancer card. Um, so it is ruled by the moon. We did just have a full moon in Capricorn, I believe. And that's the opposite of Cancer. So, I just find the correlation between the planets and what's kind of coming out to be very symbolic of the energies that are happening in the air. Four Cups. So I just wanted to pull a few cards for the collective today, and I just want to just kind of ease in back into my space and back into acclimate to this space again, because I've been so busy in the, as you know, if you've been with my channel for a while, I call it like the material world, the earth realm, the material realm. And not really had a lot of time to visit and to stay in the spiritual realm, in the Neptunian space, in that space where there isn't time, and there isn't boundaries, and there isn't things you need to do, and things you need to prove, and papers you need to get, and things you need to organize. And it's just a beautiful place, and I was thoroughly enjoying that time that I did have. And if it hadn't been for that time, I wouldn't be here today, I'll tell you that much. It's been years now, and been in this, and it actually does line up with the it actually lines up with the Taurus, Uranus going through Taurus. Um, you know, it's kind of crazy how that works, but when Uranus was going through Taurus and now it's going into Gemini, and this is why I have started going deeper into astrology and looking at transits and stuff, is because before I even was really paying attention to transits, just because I knew the houses and the signs and stuff doesn't mean I was paying attention to like the energies that were interacting. I feel, and not everybody feels this way about the planets and stuff, and each to their own. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. But I feel like the interactions that I personally have had with Uranus going through Taurus was a shake up, a wake up. Uranus it is a shocking revelation. It is like the Tower card in tarot. It's kind of like, it's very air energy. It's very messengery, and that's all I've been doing is receiving messages for. And Taurus happens to be my ninth house. If you don't know a lot about astrology, I'm just going to say the ninth house is about spirituality. It's about religion. It's about higher learning. It's about going beyond the boundaries of your home or where you are and exploring things outside of what you know. And that's all I've been doing for like all the time, this whole time, 7-8 years. This has been in Taurus, and I'm now sober 8 years. I'm working on my full 8th year. I'm in my 8th year, but it isn't completed yet. It's been a journey. Yeah, is it 8 years? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so all of 2019 to 20 to 21 to 22 to 23 to 24 to 25, no, 7 to 26. Oh yeah, so I'm now, we're in 2026, so 7 years completed. Yeah, I'm be working on my eighth year. It's the exact time frame that matches up to the Uranus transit going through my ninth house of spirituality, religion, philosophy, higher learning. If I could show you the books that I have been reading and have bought and purchased in this last 6-7 years, if you really could just know the journey, you would really think of astrology differently. I can't unknow what I know now. That's a very Uranian thing. It's a very expanded. I have a very expanded way of looking and experiencing things now that I didn't have 7 years ago. I've just, that's that Jupiter, that's that Jupiter energy that just automatically kind of comes with the ninth house. There's a little bit of Jupiter energy, and my personal Jupiter is in the 12th. Well, depends on which chart you're kind of looking at, but it's really in the 12th house by Placidus, and then like whole sign, it's in my first house. So it's been a very, very big journey. So I just gotta say, like, if you are noticing that stuff, it will be, and you're starting to connect the dots. Like, that's what's been happening. Like, I've started connecting, like, wow, like this awakening and this huge, like, abrupt awakening that I had with, it's like I had to find source again. I had to find my spiritual self. I had to find my connection spiritually to this earth again after years of kind of feeling lost. And that was what Uranus did for me, going through my ninth house in Taurus. Now it kind of popped into the Gemini, and Gemini happens to be my 10th house. So 10th house is career, what my legacy, what I'm known for. I've been showing up. I hope to be seen as a reliable, dependable, hardworking person, and that's kind of what's being established now in my 10th house. Um, and learning, switching jobs. Not really necessarily learning a new trade or anything because it's stuff I've already done, but going back to something that I thought I wasn't going to do ever again. And now here I am doing it. And it's a different experience. It's a different place, but there's service involved. Pluto is going through my 6th house of service and day-to-day habits and day-to-day rituals and stuff, which has went completely since Pluto's entered Aquarius in my 6th house. It's like I need to be more mindful as Pluto's going through this house for 20 years that I need to make this time for myself. I need to have a better, more established daily practice for my own spiritual well-being and my body and my mind. So that's kind of the stuff I've been kind of, just to fill you guys in, kind of the stuff I've been working on, not just working on, just looking at, reflecting on. I've been taking a course in Hellenistic astrology. I took a course in the first year of evolutionary stuff, like kind of, and all that. The first stuff is kind of stuff I've been familiar with, but I'm still learning new stuff every day, and that really makes me feel good, and it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something every day. If I learn something new every day, I'm that kind of person. I have Capricorn in my 5th house, so just to let you know, like, that's your house of like hobbies, and well, one of the houses, the 3rd house too, but or second, is it second or third? Third, really, unless you're making money off your hobbies and stuff, then we could correlate to your second. But my 5th house is your house of like fun, leisure, excitement, passion, romance. It's been as Pluto was going through my 5th house of children, also it rules children, I've been healing relationships with my children. I've been healing my relationship with my own inner child. I've been healing my relationship to my ego. I've been having Pluto reflected back to me a lot of egoic, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, egoic wounds I've had since I've been a child. Probably because, when you crave to be told you're right or you're good or you're, you tend to carry that into adulthood. And this is the kind of stuff that I believe God's led me to do this channel, to start recording. When I was doing this work before, but I just heard it. I heard you need to record this and that you could help people. And I hope I have, and I hope I do continue to help people, because I do believe that part of the big reason I've been put on this path at this time is just to help people work with their wounds, and so that we aren't acting. I'm a Cancer sun. I'm an emotional person. And when we react from emotionally wounded places, we do emotionally wounding things, not only to ourselves, but to others. So that's a very powerful message coming through right now as I'm talking about this journey. And I believe that's one of the reasons I'm here. I believe that's one of the reasons why I'm living and I'm here. I'm sober and I'm doing everything I can to just keep becoming more aware and more conscious of like my own, and kind of reflecting that back to people, that the more conscious you are of your own wounds and your own fears and your own humanity. A lot of good stuff comes with humanity, but a lot of kind of not too great feeling stuff comes with being human too, and we have to reckon with that. We have to come face to face with that and accept that and love that about us, and love that we learn something when we're sad, we learn something when we're angry, if you choose to learn it. We're seeing a lot today in this world, in this country, in this earth, on this earth, of just a lot of unhealed things that are coming to the surface even more profoundly than we would care to, I'm sure, see, but it's important we all do see what's happening. And that's another thing I've been swept up in, is just watching and observing and reflecting on our human condition right now, the what kind of condition we're in, and what is the root of that condition. Why are we here, like, again? Or why are we experiencing? Because there's things that people haven't felt empowered to talk about in their own lives, whether it was their own shame or societal conditioning and ruling that made you feel like you had to be something you weren't, or couldn't embrace who you were because of judgment, because of shame. I'm also here to bring that message to anybody who is a part of this channel, my channel. That's a very powerful message from Spirit, is we are not meant to stay in our shame. We're not meant to stay in our guilt. We're not meant to stay in our old ways. We are meant to move forward. We are meant to evolve. We are meant to become more whole, loving. Not that we aren't whole, but recognize our wholeness. Remember our wholeness. Remember our oneness. Remember our goodness. And maybe it's not a personal thing. Maybe it's a collective thing, where we have to remember the whole journey, the whole and the roots. I'm also, like I said, I'm a Cancer in my 4th house, which is the house that Cancer, the territory Cancer kind of rules, is my Sagittarius, which is very interesting because I get a lot of and my Neptune. So I get a lot of ancestral and a lot of like DNA messages, and like I feel stuff like in a really deep rooted way. So that's kind of hard to explain, but if you haven't been here with my channel, I'm just trying to kind of give you an overview of kind of like who I am, like what I'm doing. So I just wanted to say, you guys, I hope you've been taking care of yourselves. I hope you're trying to find those bits of compassion and love and empathy in your day-to-day, when we're dealing with a lot of, it can be some pretty ugly stuff, that we're dealing with right now as a collective. Just to honor what feels right and feels loving and feels kind and feels compassionate, and keep that in mind as we are going through a lot of shifts, and we are actually in the process of creating right now. And we want to create something positive and good and for everybody, not just one group of people, not just this group of people, everybody. Some people don't want it that way. Some groups don't want it that way. And, I try to keep my politics and stuff off my channel. This is really about healing. This channel is about healing those places in ourselves that cause us to be more controlling, cause us to feel like we need to overcompensate or control or overpower others, because we lack some kind of power or control in our own selves, in our own lives. And it's to bring awareness to that. And if this helps you, then that's great. If it doesn't, and you have another way of reflecting and digging deep into your own nature and your own lessons, then more power to the people, because it's very important, regardless of how you grow, how you learn. It's just very important. So I'm going to pull a few cards. I'm just going to take this one because it's popping out, and it's the Spirit of Rings. I love that. And then we are going to, actually, I'm going to go ahead and just pull these cards real quick. The Spirit of Rings. We're actually going to put that right in the middle under the first card I pulled for everybody, and this was balance. And that's what I am feeling. It's kind of amazing to me how the universe just brings the things out that I'm naturally feeling or naturally wanting to talk about. And balance is definitely one of those things. Balance. We need a lot of balance, first in ourselves, so we can bring that balance, bring that balanced energy, bring that discernment, bring that extra conscious care to whatever group, whatever job, whatever situation, whatever conversation we are having with others at the time. It's very important as we're growing and evolving to embrace this need and this desire and this want deep down, this unconscious need to be more balanced and more less black and white and more blended, more gray, more not radical, and I feel the pain of a lot of what's happening right now, and it makes me angry. I feel a lot of anger too, and I just have to remind myself, like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. We're human to feel angry, to feel upset, to cry. I've had plenty of tears. I'm sure as many of you have. My heart goes out to anybody and everybody who has been directly, personally affected by all of this that has been going on in the country and out of the country. There's a lot of stuff going on. We have so much. Actually, I would like to right now, as I'm talking about this, just have a moment of just silence to think about Ukraine and Russia and Gaza and Israel and Venezuela and the United States. Like, these places right now are needing more balance and needing more love and needing more compassion from everybody across the world too. And there's been a lot of lives lost, taken. And when one of us or a group of us is suffering, we all are, whether you are consciously aware of that or not. It affects our whole being. I really believe that. So thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, protection, and unconditional love. I'm grateful for all known and unknown, seen and unseen, divine energy guiding, allowing, and protecting us as we receive these messages with an open heart and mind. I pray these messages reach those who choose to express their own divine energy for the highest and most loving good. As we walk on the path of love, healing, and redemption, may your healing light touch, taint, and transmute all darkness to understanding, acceptance, and faith in the holy light of love. Thank you, Spirit. Amen. Okay, so now that that's done, let's just... All right, thank you for doing that with me, you guys. All right, so we got balance, and then we got this says body, mind, and spirit are in agreement. Light and dark are harmonized. If off, an energy alignment is needed. So if you're not feeling like, if you're feeling way way on one side or way on the other. We need to bring them together. I was talking about this. That really says it in very good words. Light and dark are harmonized if off, and energy alignment is needed, which means a shock, like think about your chakras, think about the colors, the people, the energy you're surrounding yourself with, you guys. We may get a I'm actually thinking I'm feeling a chakra card, like, yeah, so that's I'm gonna have to get it out of here, you guys, so let me just pull it out here. Chakra cards here. Well, here are they. Well, I thought they were in here. Oh, what? Here, we'll get one of these. This is pretty. These have the chakras in them, and I think this will get some very nice guidance from this deck. Whatever comes out, right? This is actually, I think, 3 decks combined. 2 decks. Let's see what Spirit's got. Oh, there we go. Okay, as I was saying, that we are constantly creating our realities, you guys. We're constantly creating the next thing. What is forming is what we are thinking, what we are feeling, how we are behaving, what we're putting our energy into, what we're putting our thoughts into. Manifestation. So I don't know, this camera here, we'll just... Manifestation. That is very Spirit of Rings. So the Spirit of Rings is like the King of Pentacles. It's about endurance. It's about productivity. It's about putting the work in and enduring the hard work to create a solid foundation, especially in earth matters, especially in your life if it's concerning work or anything, family, work, home, all that. So something here manifesting for everybody here, but we need to be balanced why we're manifesting, why we're creating, in order to be productive and in order to be grounded. We need to be grounded. This is the message I'm getting, and it says your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and belief are your power. That's what I was feeling and talking about, is like our thoughts and our feelings are all coming into fruition, whether that be you had a lot of, we attract what we put our energy into. So we put our energy into fear, we put our energy into low level things that, don't feel really good or aren't long term, like things we want in our life. We may not be focused and on the bigger picture. We may not be focused on something more solid, something more long-standing, long-lasting, something more fixed. So the Spirit of Rings is like the King of Pentacles, like I said, and it is a very stable energy, a very stable earth energy, very stubborn, stable earth energy, but knows how to... Oh, we got the 3 of Swords coming out here. Okay. So, one thing about the 3 of Swords, you guys, is it's not just about heartache and pain. It's about releasing the pain, releasing the heartache, healing. It's about learning. The Swords is an intellect. It's learning. It's being intelligent. It's thinking. It's using that air energy, the Swords energy, to be discerning about what you need to release in order to heal, or what are you holding on to mentally that is keeping you in a unbalanced place or a stuck place, or feeling like stuck, stuck in a place that's not serving you, not helping you. So that is the message I'm getting from that card. That's really something. Right. And we got, ooh, I love this. We got the Ace of Wands. And this is about having that passion, that spiritual passion, that energy. It's having this opportunity coming in after healing, after releasing a lot of, maybe, the swords can be just negative thoughts too that are hurting you, maybe hurting someone else. This is yucky, it can be yucky energy. It's just painful. It's just one negative thing after another, and we need to release that, whether that's us being negative or people around us. We still need to unstick ourselves from it, release ourselves from it, release ourselves from the toxic job or the toxic relationship or the toxic messages or the toxic words that are causing us to feel unbalanced and possibly not be able to create or manifest what our true dreams are, what our true things are. It might be, it's throwing us off here. So we got the, also with the Ace of Wands, it's about having that fire. It's fire energy. It's about having fire and passion and desire and the willpower to succeed at something that is truly close to your soul, your heart. So that's good. I love that. I kind of wish all those pictures would kind of show up a little better. There we go. And let's see. Let's get one more card. You know what? We are going to get one of these. I love this deck. If you've been with my channel for a while, you know I love the Spiral Oracle. This will leave us with a very nice message for this reading. Remember not to let this negativity hold you in one place, in a place of pain. We have to release ourselves from that and move forward with a lot of fire, a lot of passion for our dreams, for what we want to see in our reality, what we want to create in our reality. We are creating this, so we need to be a active part of the creative process. Ooh, medicine, pure medicine. That is something. I'll put that right there. Nice. Okay, maybe I can lay these down so you can see. I kind of want them all to show they working. There we go. That works. So we got the Spirit of Rings, the Three of Swords, and that's not going to work, you guys. I'm trying here. And I love this Ace of Wands. This is a new beginning. We may not feel like it all the time, you guys, but we get offered new opportunities to express ourselves. Also, the Ace of Wands could be, it's time to express ourselves. It's time to make something happen. It's time to be active with our spiritual energy, what our spirit and our soul, what do we want? Not what our ego wants, not what are we feeling we want? What is the feeling? There's a passionate energy to this reading, and we're gonna read this pure medicine and see what it says. Pure medicine. Ooh. I am a great mystery. My foundations are more profound than I ever imagined. My foundations, that's Spirit of Rings, my foundations are more profound than I ever imagined. When I travel through the whole magnitude of my being, I first discover that my physical body is very dense. I experience the world through my senses, and if I am a vehicle made for a space-time trip, as if I am a vehicle made for a space-time trip. In this reality, I also have an encounter with my mind. Balance. Full of language, ideas, thoughts, noises, and intuitions. In addition to this human avatar, it is interesting to notice that I sometimes inhabit another body, one of a higher vibration, engraved with the very origins of life, a subtle body that has recorded every vital action. I am also a body in the dream world. The dreams, making our dreams, following our dreams, manifestation, making something happen. This is beautiful. I accept and I am also a body in the dream world, from where my feelings, desires, passions, and aspirations emanate. In the world of dreams, I accept and re-experience emotions driven by egos, defects, and human commotions. Oh, this is so perfect for the reading, you guys. I see symbols where the realities of my spirit become mythical. Where the realities of my spirit become mythical and transcendental truths are revealed to me. This dimension is eternity, where past, present, and future blend into the eternal now. If I keep adding ingredients to this being, to what I am, I find out that stories from the beginning of time inhabit me, stored in my cellular biology, along with the world of emotions that accompanies me every day. Do I really believe I am all of these layers of information that I carry? I am all of these layers of information I carry. Therefore, to find essence, I go to the presence of life and I rest in the temple of nature. The key word for this card is emptiness. I empty myself. I release. I empty myself. I stir my painful memories with awareness and compassion, exploring my own world. I see myself just as I am. Beautiful. I sing to myself. I redeem myself here and now. Here's the quote. Each of these cards has a little message quote at the bottom of the thing, and it says, "It is necessary to empty oneself in order to be filled again." To empty, to be filled again. Ace of Wands, the opportunity to be filled with a passionate new spark for life, a spark for the next thing, the next creation, the next manifestation. But we want to go into this balanced while we decide and discern what we're releasing, what we need to release. But we have a solid foundation. We have everything we need. We're very much so in the earth matters right now, but we have what we need, and being stable, just some things need to be released in the mind to open up to kind of the spiritual pole, the pole towards something a little more deep, a little more meaningful, a little more rooted in our DNA, a little more rooted in what we are becoming. So that is the message, you guys. I think, I haven't done a reading for so long. It feels so good to be doing a reading. I want to get a white light oracle. I wanted to do some light, not really shadow work so much right away here. There's a lot of that going on in the world, not the work, but the shadow. a lot of things coming out of people that just I don't think have been thoroughly worked on. But I wanted to bring light into this and let everybody know, like, you just keep doing your work. You keep focusing on positive things, and even when things that don't feel positive happen, find the lesson in it. Find what it's trying to teach you. Find what the moment is there to teach you. It's very valuable, and we can learn a lot by just sitting in reflection and just looking at our feelings and going, why am I feeling that way? Or, you know, what do I need to release so I can find or feel more passionate or feel more open to a different realm or a different energy than I've been in, you know. Okay, here we go. Oh, Spirit Bear of 396HC, which is, these are like sounds. So another thing I kind of haven't dabbled in a lot, but I do love sound and symbols, and I believe in frequency and vibration and light. I believe all this is traveling from thing to thing, organism to organism, nature, you know, and it's all connecting us, these vibrations and these lights and these sounds and everything. We're just so connected, you guys. And I'm going to read the Spirit Bear. I love that. So I'm not sure I'm going to put the Spirit Bear. Let's scoot you over here. Spirit Bear. Oh, of course it ain't going to fit. Oh, you can't see it anyway. I'll just do that. These are beautiful. I almost want to take this way. Yeah. Okay. Let's look it up. The Spirit Bear. Okay, let's go to the Spirit Bear and read that. Thank you again, guys, for sticking by the channel. And I know it's been a long 5 months, but oh, we're getting there, you guys. Energetically, things are moving. It's just, I always say it's kind of got to get, it kind of gets worse before it gets better. People got to wake up. People got to see, you know, everybody's going through their stuff and their own work at their own pace, and we're all at different points in our journey, and it's just important to remember that and have compassion and empathy for everybody right now, including yourself. You know, it says you are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and releasing. I am getting, these are just reading glasses, you guys, and I'm getting real glasses. But my appointment isn't until like February 6th, so I don't know. Oh, realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. That's what I'm feeling with that Ace of Wands. You know, it's like a whole new beginning in the spirit, where it might have felt like things, and I know I've been feeling it too, it's just I haven't, it's felt like, okay, that was the end of that journey. Now it's time for it's a new spiritual journey. I can feel it. I can feel that shift in my life where it's like I've been real like in one place, in one realm, one reality, one space, and then moving into another space. And it's a shift, it's a transition, but going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life, like a spring, you know? And literally in the northern hemisphere here, we will be getting spring here in a few months. So, and winter hasn't even been really that bad so far. But yeah, it says the divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. So if you're feeling frustrated, like, gosh, when is, what I'm working on here? I've been balancing. I have a strong foundation. I'm trying to manifest something beautiful here. And it just doesn't feel like, it feels like it's just nothing's growing, or I'm feeling frustrated about nothing growing, that I, remain patient here. There's healing and emergence. So coming out of this place, of this kind of cocoony, under ice or water place where I feel like people that are resonating with this message have been within themselves, it's coming out. It's going to be showing itself. You're going to be showing all this work, all this stuff to your external, and it's going to liberate your spirit. It's going to liberate the work you've been doing. It's going to liberate you, and help heal not just yourself. It's healing to talk about things that we've held, things that we felt ashamed of, things that we felt guilty for. And it's great to release them. That Three of Swords, this is stuff we've done to others. This is stuff we've done to ourselves. This is stuff we're hanging on to mentally that we cannot let go of. And we keep living with that shame, that guilt, that pain. And it's time to let that go, you guys, and start a new spiritual, I'd say chapter, but a new spiritual journey here. Not just for me or you, but for all of us, for the collective. Have a new spiritual goals, new spiritual missions, new spiritual insights, new spiritual enlightenment. That's what I'm feeling. It's much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. And we do got the manifestation card down here. It is deeply nurturing and protective. It is the heart frequency of the universal mother, protecting her young, deflecting negativity, and refusing to overly condition the youthful mind. She looks out for them and provides warnings, lest they wander too far from their authentic path. But she also encourages the child to learn who they are, to courageously explore their world, and to enjoy their freedom. Irrespective of our personal experience with our biological mother, the divine mother energy is the soul. In the soul is loving, protective, available, and kind. This inner mother love enables us to develop our own sense of personal value, belonging, and home. In connection with the inner divine mother, we feel loved, wanted, and held. We know ourselves well enough to understand what we need, and we value ourselves enough to live in such a way that our needs are met. We recognize that we matter, not more than any other, but enough to feel self-love and self-respect. We can connect to our authentic life path because we feel worthy of it. This nurturing frequency heals the heart and softens the walls, which keep love out due to past abandonment and betrayal. That goes with the card I pulled today, you guys. Surrender fear. Let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Live in this moment. Focus on the present. Celebrate. Celebrate every baby step forward. I love that. When we are more open to life, the path to fruition becomes more accessible and direct. When we connect with our authentic path, we can access the abundance of spiritual support available to us and make the most spiritual progress. That guidance may arise as a no, or a not right now, or as a yes, and go for it. When we are in the heart,
We will clearly sense such guidance and take comfort in it rather than fight against it. As we let go of our defense systems, disabling fear and guilt from running our lives, and instead deal with them as occasional interlopers that need to be cleared and healed. We stop fearing we will never have what we genuinely want and need. We realize we are loved, know how to love, and are naturally, innately beings of love. This frequency helps the body to ground. It helps the mind settle into the body. And you can look up this frequency, I'm sure, and find like a YouTube video or something that has this frequency in it. 396HZ frequency. So that's really cool. It helps you to ground. It helps the mind settle into the body rather than constantly flitting from one possibility to the next, to focus that energy, to bringing things to fruition here, to ground in our authentic self, in our authentic center, what our spirits, what our souls need is here. What do we need to be doing? What do we need to be experiencing? And how are we moving forward with that? How are we contributing? How are we co-creating? And how are we interacting? Interacting with our world right now. It's very important. Then your mind won't be constantly haranguing your body, leaving it feeling bad about itself, tired or unhappy, or even angry and rebellious. In these and other ways, the 396 hertz frequency helps reconcile the push-pull of competing interests, integrating awareness in the heart and providing a clear pathway to a transcendent resolution where all is working for the one higher purpose. The one higher purpose. This frequency harmonizes beautifully with the spiritual medicine of the bear soul totem. It encourages our natural ability to find the sweetness in life necessary to sustain hope and heal our hearts. Sustain hope, heal our hearts. That is the message. If you are highly strung and, like many modern people, find it hard to consciously relax and your body and mind through spiritual practices, Spirit Bear brings the comfort and encouragement to allow your mind to rest within the body. It is as if the mind were in a cave for renewal, safe from predators and external forces, undisturbed and able to rest. This oracle urges you to go within, where there is a tremendous healing force awakening. Give it the time and space it needs to do its best work for you. Release the pain, and just give it time and space to heal your soul, heal your energy, heal your spiritual body. Find a place to lie down comfortably on your back. And I'm not going to read that, but because it's a whole, but this is a very nice deck if you want to do like little practices or little rituals. They have it at the end. They say you can lay on your back and just envision this. It's like visionary stuff. So it's really, really nice, you guys. So this was a beautiful message. I absolutely love this message. I hope everybody's... Let's look at the bottom real quick. Oh, look at that. That 7 of Cups. Confusion, disorientated, maybe confused. Take your time right now. Be discerning and be grounded in the decisions you're making right now, in the thoughts you're having, in the words you're speaking. How you're handling your feelings of confusion, how your feelings, there's probably a lot of opportunities, a lot of open doors right now. It's a time to kind of just look at all that and kind of see through, not even see, just feel your way authentically through any confusion or choices you have right now, you guys. And know that you are... we're all in a time right now, at least anybody who's resonating with this message, where we are releasing the last bits of a lot of a long cycle here, and we're rebalancing, and we're adjusting, and we're realigning with our authentic path. If we've gotten a little off track, or we've gotten a little, it's fine. We're gonna get right back on track. Just know that your thoughts, your actions need to be balanced right now, and you need to take your time in those things, to make a choice that is that long-term vision, or that long-term goal, or that soul need or want, or mission that you have. Maybe not just a quick temporary fix, or something that just looks good in the moment, but something that is sustained by spirit, sustained by a bigger purpose, a higher purpose. Yeah, so that is the message, you guys. As always, I appreciate you guys coming, watching this video. I appreciate you guys hanging in there if you're with my channel, and you have been for the years. I don't know when I'm going to put it in the next video. I last time I thought I was going to be back at it, and stuff happened. So it's kind of been crazy. So I hope you guys understand. And I hope you're taking care of yourselves. I hope you're doing well. And I appreciate you guys. As always, thank you. And I will talk to you later.